Welcome to part 2 of my Clone Army Customs unboxing. I am really excited. I got some super unique stuff in this box. I mean, I think everything I got in the last box was amazing. I have some of the figures are in the back. And I think they're really cool. What I've done with this box is, for the first time, is I've gotten a bunch of like army builder type like clones, which I've never really done from Clone Army Customs or any custom person. My 212th clone is probably my first real exception for that, which was a Build-A-Fig. But this time, I went out and I got... Oh gosh, hi Wade. Sorry, my cat's here. But what I did is I went out and got a different Legion of clones that I don't have any of in my collection. And every other figure I've gotten has either been a one-off or part of an existing, like, group of clones I already have. Actually, open the box. So we're gonna cut the tape better. We're gonna see what's in here. I haven't peeked at all in the previous box. I did take a little peek to make sure it's all in there. Oh my goodness. Now, most of what is in here is going to be figures. I did not get a lot of accessories, which is normally what I get. I usually get a lot of accessories. Now, first off, a couple more battle droids. These are just their tan B1 battle droids. The battle droids are so good. If you don't have any of their battle droids, I really recommend trying them out. I do really like these. The posability and everything is really nice between the individual posable legs and everything. This is an unboxing. This is not a review. I told myself this last time, and I just ended up reviewing a bunch of things. No, this time it is an unboxing. I will do a separate review on all this stuff. Here is a big bag of accessories. I said I didn't get accessories, but this looks like I got a lot of accessories. So we're going to pop this open, and then we're going to move on to the figures. We'll get to the exciting, super exciting stuff. Got these clone pilot helmets. I don't know how new these or old these particular molds are. These are both their dark red kind of variant. They do have full pilot figures with the, I guess whatever it is, that respirator, the breathing, the box they put on their chest with the tubes, whatever it's for. I can't remember what that does in canon. But since they're just going to be pilots, and for the most part they're going to be sitting in the cockpit of a ship, I would love to see someone make a cloth or plastic accessory piece that you can put on instead of having it printed. But these look really cool. These don't really have a super click, they don't have that kind of Lego click. You put a helmet on, it kind of hits that, the stud on the top hits the helmet. These don't quite have that. We have one of the backpack pieces. This is one of the open backpacks that they have. I don't know if they have a closed backpack, but this is just an unprinted white backpack. I thought this would be really fun to try out, especially with the thermal detonators that you get in the battle pack with these clones in it. I thought that'd be really nice to try out. So we got a whole bunch of blasters. So we have their triggered rifles with scopes. We have a few more of these. Another Bad Batch sniper. And then I got a bunch. I got a few of their kind of blaster carbines. These are the untriggered versions. The triggered versions are all out of stock. So this is figure number 1. Now this is their realistic phase 2 442nd in a olive green. I hope the color is going to come through. The cloth pieces are not with each of the figures. Those are in a separate bag, but their weapons. Oh gosh, and I'm bumping my lamp here. Why 442nd? They're so fun because they're like pseudo canon for me. Like you don't see them in the movies. They're not. I don't think you see them in the movies. I don't think they're even in like one of the little Order 66 scenes. I don't even think you see a glimpse of them. But Lego of course had their original set that came with those kind of like lime green. And as a kid, that was one of the first Lego Star Wars sets I ever built. So my first ever Clone Troopers were those 442nd. And I thought, what better way to revive my childhood obsession with Lego Star Wars than to now get custom 442nd clones. And what I love is that there's not a whole lot about these. Maybe they're in some comics or something, but I can kind of do with it whatever I want. And I can customize and make them look the way I want, and I don't have to worry about making things as screen accurate. Now, I do have cloth accessories. This is going to be the commander. The commander and the troopers they all look the same. They don't have different prints, but I did get different accessories. I had a few different choices of weapons, but I really want to try these. I think these are dual concept pistols, but there you go. That's that one. Next, now obviously, if I got a commander, he needs some troopers. Some 442nd grunts, as it were. So this guy, I think he's I did get one other macro binocular. This is a slightly different style. I just wanted to try it to see what I thought. This is white with olive green markings, but it has like it's a bit more rounded on the edge. This one compared to this style. Okay, so the commander has the RP2 version of the macros, and that one with the white is an RP2D olive print white macros. So the D version is this kind of stick out 3D version. I got these. These are their Scout or Recon. I think these are Recon. Recon armor in olive to match. So I got that to put as a strap on them. These are a little tricky to put on since there's obviously you got to wrap it around the whole body. So I'm going to pause and then I'll come back and show you what that looks like on this guy. They do have a few other options if you don't like the Recon. They do have a heavy variant which has like a bit of a kind of chest armor piece kind of up in that top left corner. But I wanted something subtle. The fun doesn't end there because we have another 442nd clone. But guess what? There's also another 442nd clone. And there's also one more 442nd clone trooper. Now these don't have macro binoculars. These I got the olive colored sun visors. But same cloth accessories that I must have knocked onto the floor. So I'm gonna go find those. I think I'll go ahead and unbox these and set them all up with their cloth pieces, and then I'll show you what that looks like. So that is my 442nd battalion. But don't click away. There's one more figure. Very important. Very, very excited for the next figure. And last, definitely not least, I'm so excited for this figure for a number of reasons, is this guy. I think this is the newest figure I've ever purchased from them. This one came out not too long ago, but it's like a 41st ARF trooper. Now, it's supposed to be 41st, but I figure if he goes alongside these guys, you know, he's kind of got a bit of an olive green camo. I feel like I can break lore just a little bit, stretch it just a little bit to have him to go with these guys. Ah, that print is so nice. I love that camo. And again, that camo is printed around all the arms, and probably the back if you could see it. Oh, that's so cool. This is also one of their figures that has this kind of chrome. It's really, really subtle. I thought this would be a bit more prominent. I don't mind. The pictures, I think, just made it hard to tell, but there's a bit of a chrome detailing around. I guess it'd be his pauldron. No, is it yeah, pauldrons, I think, are what you'd probably call this armor piece towards the shoulder. Where that green stripe is, you can it might just look like glare, but there's a bit of a chrome detailing on this. So that is my glorious unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave comments. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.